Oh, hi. Hey. So, today I'm going to be giving you guys advice on how to get started in the modeling industry, um, with no experience, basically. I'm not going to make this video too long at all. I'm going to insert some of my photos of like some of the gigs that I've done. I didn't do that many during my time of modeling. I've done a lot, but I haven't done like that many. Most of the photo shoots that I did was TFP. There were a lot of photo shoots that I didn't do that I had the opportunity to do, but didn't end up doing it, either because of work or last minute or just, other reasons. But yeah. So my first tip, I wrote down a couple on my phone. My first tip is to post photos and get comfortable in front of the camera. You need to be posting on your socials. Like, if you don't have anything on your socials, that's bad. A lot of photographers don't care how much of a following you have. Let me fix this. Yeah. A lot of photographers don't care if you have a big following. As long as you have like a couple hundred, like you don't have to even have 1,000. You can have like 500. But if you have, content on your page, like photos on your page, you have people who like your photos, people who comment, that's usually enough for them. A lot of times it don't really matter how much you have on your page, because I'm going to get into this as well. A lot of times it's mostly about them needing to post their work so that they can get, people to book with them. So I'm going to get into that as well. So yeah, just make sure you're posting on your socials. I wouldn't really say too much of Facebook. I would say mostly Instagram. Make sure that you're posting to Instagram. I feel like that's where a lot of people find and discover you. Second, I would say to follow photographers on Instagram, follow stylists, whether it's a hairstylist, makeup artist, a stylist who, designs like clothes and stuff like that. And yeah, follow those kind of people. Because if you're posting, photos onto your page, if they see the work that you do, a lot of times they'll reach out to you to work with you. And actually, if you're available for certain stuff, a lot of I know I've had it where I've done a shoot where I would always call it a photo shoot. There was a makeup student who needed a subject, and I was her subject for her school. I think they usually had to have like a model come for their school. Like, I think they always had to have like a model for the class. I'm not sure how it really worked, but I did that. It was a good experience. I'm a makeup artist myself, so it wasn't something that I was crazy about, just because I know that they were learning, but I'm kind of like, I like my makeup a certain way, especially because I'm dark skinned and not a lot of people can do makeup on me. But it was a good experience for her because she was able to, do makeup on a darker skin, which is something that she wasn't used to, but she was able to get the practice of. So yeah, that was nice. And sometimes, like I said, photographers will reach out to you, stylists will reach out to you because they need a model for the shoot that they're paying for and stuff like that. My second thing would be to reach out to them, not on no phony stuff, on like no fake, just trying to get something out of them. Just reaching out and saying like, hey, like I'm a new model, like I'm trying to get into modeling. Make sure you have like nice photos. Like, make sure you're taking model type photos, like with plain backgrounds or with you posing, not like the regular Instagram poses. Like, you want to be going on Pinterest looking at like different model poses, posing like that in your photos, because that kind of gives them a sense like, okay, she really is, or he really is trying to start to model. So I wanted to incorporate that. Make sure your photos look in the range of, model styles, like model pictures and poses. But yeah, when you reach out to them, you want to just let them know like you're aspiring to be a model. You want to show them some of the pictures if they want to see some of them. You should have them on your Instagram already so that they can see it. And just letting them know like if they ever need a model for, like, if they're trying to like test out a new camera, or if they ever have a photo shoot, and also if they're willing to do TFP photo shoots. TFP photo shoots are free. It's basically trade for print. it's really good when you're first starting out. I did a lot of TFP photo shoots. Basically, in exchange for your time being there with the photographer, they give you free edited photos that you can use for your portfolio. So trade for print. Those happen a lot. Those are like the most photo shoots that newer models do. Yeah. Also, you can reach out to like a new makeup artist that's up and coming and say, hey, like, I see that you're, starting out your makeup journey. If you ever need a model, I'm free. You can always reach out to me, etc., etc. You want to be genuine about it. Don't just be reaching out to random people if you don't really like their work, because it's trade for print. Most of those are trade for print. So if you work with this person, you need to be posting those photos and keeping them up for a decent amount of time, as well they'll be keeping theirs up. I just think that's what's fair. I mean, it's up to you, but that's really how you have longevity with these photographers, and they will ask you to do another project after that. So keep that in mind. My fourth thing is to do TFP, which I just went over. But yeah, trade for print. Everything that you do at first is not going to be paid for. Most likely, none of them will be paid for the first couple months that you're doing, the modeling. You're not gonna be getting paid for most of this stuff because you don't have any experience. So unless you get lucky. But a lot of things are going to be trade for print, which I don't feel like is a bad deal at all, especially if the photographer's dope. Because I've worked with some photographers who were doing photography for years and still do trade for print, and their work is amazing. So yeah. And then my last thing for this video is going to be to join Facebook groups. You want to be joining Facebook groups for photographers, models, stylists, and makeup artists. If you go into like the search bar of groups onto Facebook, you can join multiple groups. Sometimes you have to answer like the questions to join a group and wait to be joined, but you want to be looking up the ones for your area. So for me, I joined New York City and New Jersey photographer and model and stylist groups because I lived in New Jersey and I live like 10-15 minutes away from the train station in Newark. I also lived 5 minutes from the train station by my house, but it was just kind of quicker to get there from Newark train station. But I used that area. I didn't do the PA area. I just did what was like predominantly where I lived at. And there was multiple groups. You would see a lot of times in those groups that, like, if you join multiple, if there's multiple like photographers in each group, you'll see their same posts on each one, because a lot of times in those groups, photographers are looking for models. Like, they'll post a thing like, looking for a model, this is the concept, this is the day that I'm expecting to do it, this is the time, and etc., etc. They'll have like what your size should be for some of them, not all of them, but most of them. If they're like providing the clothes, they'll say like size this, your hair, if you're willing to like have somebody do your hair, all other stuff. That's how I got a lot of my TFP photo shoots when I first started out as well, was through the Facebook group. So I highly recommend doing the Facebook group, because a lot of times some photographers, just like anybody, could be stuck up and not respond to you and just be like, girl, please. Or they're not doing TFP anymore because they're already out of that phase, because they're now working to get paid on all of their shoots. There are some photographers who do still get paid who still do TFP, just because they're testing out cameras or they want to do a concept and they need a model. So make sure you keep up with the Facebook groups, turn the notifications on so that you can see when people are posting, because stylists will post like, I need a model for this. Makeup artists will post, I need a model for this. I've even had some people who like do eyebrows who needed a model. So you can get a lot of perks out of being in those groups. So yeah, that is my tips on how to get started in the modeling industry without any experience. So yeah, I'm sorry, just looking at these notes that I had on my phone. So yeah, just leave in the comments any other tips, any other kind of videos you guys want to see on, modeling advice, anything. I have answers. I don't have answers to everything, but I may have an answer to your question. So yeah, bye.